For this Commander deck tour, I'm going through a personalized deck built around the Abzan All-Star, Nethroi, Apex of Death. Nethroi is 1 white, black, green, and 2 colorless for a 5/5 legendary creature, Cat Nightmare Beast, with Death Touch, Lifelink, and whenever this creature mutates, return any number of target creature cards with total power 10 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. It also has a mutate cost of 1 hybrid white-green, 2 black, and 4 colorless. The deck's game plan is a Rally the Ancestors style of Aristocrats. Fill the graveyard using self-mill effects, then mutate Nethroi or cast Living Death to return a huge number of creatures to the battlefield, then sacrifice the board of creatures with the Blood Artist effect out, or just bury them with value to close out the game. To see the deck in action, check out this Commander Quickie from the MTGGoldfish Commander channel. This is my favorite, or pet deck, and has had numerous iterations including an all-creature build that used Umori the Collector as a companion, but that changed when Strixhaven brought so many great Golgari cards. The deck still keeps the focus on low-power creatures, but has broadened the overall composition to include other card types. The deck also misses out on some popular options like Scourge of the Skyclaves, because some of the inclusions have sentimental value. A few are from my childhood collection, others from drafts and pre-releases I attended with friends. Some were birthday presents, and a few I got through working for the EDH Rec YouTube channel. The outer sleeves are the Guilds of Ravnica edition sleeves from Ultra Pro, while the inner sleeves are the Wizard Immortal Mythic Frame starter pack from Mythic Gaming. Let's first start with the win cons. Of course there's the Commander Nethroi, but Living Death works well as a backup and emergency board wipe. For dealing damage, we have the standard Blood Artist and Zulaport Cutthroat, and some lesser known options like Vindictive Vampire and Poison Tip Archer. Ayara, First of Locthwain, does a semi-decent impression, but only works with black creatures entering the battlefield. Thankfully, her card advantage option more than makes up for it. To close out a game, Grey Merchant of Asphodel is an all-star. To create death triggers, we have Carrion Feeder and Viscera Seer as free sacrifice outlets that provide some fringe benefits. Powering all the sacrificing, we have Tendershoot Dryad and Tristani's Summoner as low-powered creatures that can provide multiple bodies. Underworld Hermit is a bit of an out-there choice, but I've been particularly impressed with its performance when paired with Ayara. Finally, Spider Spawning and Izoni Thousand Eyes pair perfectly with the deck's self-mill sub-theme. Speaking of self-mill, Grizzly Salvage, Winding Way, and Mulch all help dig for lands while filling the graveyard, while dredgers like Stinkweed Imp and Golgari Thug stock the graveyard in a hurry. Stitcher Supplier and Old Stickfingers are some more recent additions to the self-mill package, while Nyxweaver and Underrealm Lich provide unique value in the form of recursion or card advantage. There's several options for recursion here. Timeless Witness works incredibly well since it can be eternalized if it's milled, or just provide additional sacrifice fodder. Boneyard Lurker and Necropanther trigger mutate effects while bringing value, and Luminous Broodmoth often doubles the number of bodies we can sacrifice. When it comes to card draw, Village Rites, Deadly Dispute, Plumb the Forbidden, and Fellstinger all provide one-shot card draw effects while sacrificing creatures. Smothering Abomination, Midnight Reaper, Erebos Bleakhearted, and Harvester of Souls provide consistent and steady card draw options for creatures dying or being sacrificed. Morbid Opportunist is a recent addition that surprised me with how many cards it can draw despite being limited to triggering only once per turn. Skullclamp and Mask of Gristlebrand provide equipment-based card draw, while Bolas's Citadel rounds out the package by providing bonkers card advantage that pairs nicely with the life drain from the Blood Artist effects. For tutors, Vile Entomber works well as a creature-based replacement for Entomb, while Rushed Rebirth can be used to sneak out a creature when the opponent's big mana creature goes kaput. Caustic Caterpillar, Gemrazer, and Manglehorn all provide creature-based single-target enchantment and artifact removal, while Bone Shredder, Shriekmaw, and Dirgebat hit creatures. Mortality Spear has a bit of a high mana cost, but pairs nicely with our Blood Artist effects. Speaking of Strixhaven, Culling Ritual has been an absolute blowout in this current era of artifact-based ramp. Chittering Harvester isn't technically a board wipe, but mutating it often provides a 3-for-1. Yahenni's Expertise, Elish Norn, and Massacre Worm aren't the best options for board wipes, but their negative power and toughness help deal with indestructible threats nicely while providing fringe benefits. For ramp, Llanowar Elves, Elves of Deep Shadow, and Avacyn's Pilgrim are all color-fixing early-game creature-based ramp, while Sylvan Caryatid provides a hex-proof body for mutating. Priest of Forgotten Gods fills in so many spaces for what the deck wants to do, while Oreskos Explorer, Wood Elves, and Migratory Greathorn grab lands out of the deck. Chromatic Lantern makes sure our mana is perfectly fixed, but the crown jewel of the deck is Phyrexian Altar, which not only color fixes, but provides a free sacrifice outlet that often ends the game. Bontu's Monument is a surprising damage dealer that helps reduce the cost of multiple spells in the deck. Since Nethroi is a high mana cost commander, Destiny's Spitter provides a way for us to make sure that we don't get blown out by a counterspell. For lands, we have Dryad Arbor as a mutate target that can be found via our Forest Tutoring. Commander-focused lands like Command Tower, Vault of Champions, and Undergrowth Stadium to fix our mana. Windswept Heath and Prismatic Vista are the only traditional fetch lands that I own, and can find targets like Temple Garden, Overgrown Tomb, and Indatha Triome. Llanowar Waste, Tainted Wood, and Razor Verge Thicket again help fix our mana, while Slippery Karst, Polluted Mire, and Secluded Steppe provide optional card draw. Witch's Cottage is a great utility land in a deck with a self-mill sub-theme, and a huge number of swamps. To round everything out, 11 swamps, 5 forests, and 2 plains, all from Ikoria, done by the incredible illustrator Jesper Ising. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed a look at a highly personalized deck built around the Abzan All-Star, Nethroi, Apex of Death. I'll see you in the next one.